Welcome to Season 3! Woo! All right, there you go, guys.
There you have it.
So this is our second time recording this episode.
It sure is. Listen, we're just girls, and we fucked up the audio.
Well, but here's the good thing, is we didn't have a video last time.
No, we did not. Oh, I forgot about the video
And
already.
we're doing a video, and if we haven't mentioned
straight.
the lights yet, but the lights...
The lights are lighting.
Tell us if you like it.
Does it feel like you're on acid?
Does it feel like us?
Does it feel like you can't pay attention?
Does it feel like you're in a winter wonderland?
Ooh, a snow globe.
I think that's maybe what these are for, because they were in with some Christmas decorations.
Well, 'tis the season.
Sure. Sure.
It's turning into fall.
Last week we had unexpected summer weather.
We had a heat wave.
Yeah.
Yes, we got a big heat wave, and everyone back home, I'm sure, on your Facebook too, is like, oh, sweater weather, I can't wait for fall, it's spooky season, and meanwhile, it's like 105 degrees over here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for fall, though.
Yeah. Well, I liked the hot weather while it was here, because I have AC.
I was fine.
My power bill is going to be awful, but...
Yeah. Oh, my God. I haven't even thought about our power bill.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. But, you know, that's showbiz, baby.
That's showbiz,
Because
baby.
I got to be cool.
Well, you went to the pool.
We did go to the pool.
I was going to go, but my
Kirsten
boss
stood
called
us
me.
up.
No, my boss called
She
me.
stood us up.
And then it was some drama at work. Not drama, but like something's always happening. Something is always happening.
It's like that in the corporate world.
It is. I'm just a corporate girly, but I'm like the bottom of the barrel corporate girly.
You'll get there.
Well, I don't know if I want to.
There was a corporate girly at the pool. This was at the pool that we went to, because I was working, so I brought my laptop and I like posted up at the bar, and I was working, and then this, I don't know, white lady, blonde, probably in her upper 30s, maybe 40. This lady was wearing a Kamala hat, and it was like the bright green one that said "Make America Brat Again." And I was like, okay. And she like comes up and she's like, I'm gonna join you in the work space.
What if you were like, I'm a Trumper?
I couldn't say that, but she's like, I'll join you. And then she was on a call, and I was like, man. She's a corporate girly, because she was
Wearing
using all the
fucking brat hat.
terms. Yeah,
That's
she
so
was.
funny.
Yeah, she was using all the corporate terms. Like, I'll circle back with you tomorrow, and yeah, no, that's my only job, is to make him happy.
Does your work use the word sync? Like, let's sync.
Sometimes I think so. Yeah,
They say it like as like have a meeting.
yeah.
You know,
like let's sync up.
No, they don't say sync up.
Oh.
They're like, let's do. I think maybe it's like a tech thing. People say in the tech world, they're like, we're gonna have a sync. They call meetings syncs.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Okay.
I don't think my company is techie enough. Maybe.
Yeah, we're high tech.
Yeah, we're probably not, but we love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was hot. Did you do anything exciting this week?
Okay, actually, here's what I did, and it wasn't the best week to do it because it was hot, but we rearranged our living room.
Yay.
And I've been thinking about moving for the longest time, but actually now I feel like it's vibes again.
Okay, that's
We've
good.
been there for like 2 years, and I just like it hasn't felt nice.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that we did, which I don't know why we like did this the wrong way in the first place, but you know how we had like all the plants in the windowsill?
Yes.
And I realized when I took the plants off to like clean the area because it was all dusty, we were blocking a lot of light by like putting them in the windowsill. And then I also so I moved the plants like around the living room, and then it felt nice to have the plants like there with us. And then also it just feels a little brighter and warmer.
Yeah.
And the bookshelves are now like lining the perimeter of the room, and we moved the couch to the other side.
Okay.
We also separated the couch because we had like a 2-piece couch, one with a chalon, I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah.
and we moved the schlong part. We moved the schlong part.
Kirsten has a big schlong for a couch.
Into the other room. But that really opened up the space because it was like jutting into the middle of the room and we couldn't even like spread out on the floor. Mm-hmm. And now I can actually do yoga.
Nice.
I did yoga in front of the windowsill this morning. It was so nice.
Wow.
Do you remember like the vibes of our old living room where it was like lush and like lots of books everywhere?
Yeah.
It hasn't like felt that way at our new apartment. Not new apartment, but you know what I mean. Until now. Mm-hmm. It feels a lot better. Good. The only thing is because we have the couch facing the window, we don't have a TV and we use a projector and we normally project onto the wall, but now there's big windows. So we have to get like a projector screen that we can put in front of the window for when we want to watch movies.
Yeah. That would be worth it.
But
you could finagle that pretty easy.
Well, you can buy. I saw some on Amazon that are like, not to support Jeff Bezos, but I saw some.
We support it.
I saw some that have like eyelets all around it, and so you can just like hang it like in different positions.
Oh, that's cool.
So like, and they're like $20.
Nice
for like 100 inches.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably what I'm gonna get.
Cool.
And it feels really nice. But now, like, the bedroom is, like, in disarray because we just, like, shoved everything in there. Because I was like, well, let's deal with that next week.
Yeah,
this is this week.
Yeah.
And we're still not fully done with the living room because there's still some, like, books that we have to put back. But I don't know. There's something about rearranging your place that can, like, really change your entire mood.
Yeah.
Like, your entire, like, I feel less stuck now.
Yeah, like this is fresh, this is new. It just feels good. And especially with the change of a season.
Yeah, and if you guys notice, we are in different positions too.
Yeah,
if you watch us enough,
if you're a real fan,
then you would know we're in different positions.
So we're just rearranging all aspects of life.
It feels good. Yeah. And you know, we have the fall season coming up, so we're going to have to do some witchy celebrations.
Yes, too. Of course.
But what did you do? Well, okay. We already talked about what you did, but did you do anything of note this weekend?
I do have a funny story, kind of. We got invited to the beach it was for Jocelyn's friend's rugby team. So, yeah, it was for, like, this rugby, I assume just, like, a side little hobby team or league or whatever. Yeah. And she invited me because we wanted to go to the beach on Saturday, and then she was like, why don't you come Sunday instead because I'm going to the beach. And I was like, okay. Yeah. So then we get there, and, like, we're all, like, excited about the beach and, you know, think it's going to be great, which it was. First of all, it was great. But what we didn't know was must have just been a weekend for the beach goers, but it was like the Eagle at the beach.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so it was a bunch of gay men.
Were they wearing leather?
Some were wearing
It was a little hot for leather.
They were mostly wearing Speedos.
Okay.
And, you know, they really have no shame. Like, their Speedos are little. They're little baby Speedos. Okay.
Have you ever been to San Francisco, Folsom Street?
Yes.
Fest?
Yes, I actually have. I saw someone sucking a dick on the street.
Well, that won't happen here in LA.
Kadar swears he saw some guy sucking a dick on the beach.
This weekend?
Yes. And it was just funny because we didn't know it was going to be this way, and it's not a big deal to me. I felt
support it, if any.
I felt super comfortable. Plus, like, all these hot men who are not attracted to me in a Speedo on the beach, like, sign me up.
I mean, that's not really, like, my cup of tea, but, like, sure.
It's eye candy, and it's, like, I feel safe.
Yeah.
You know? So it's, like, eye candy where there's a mutual understanding, like
we're queer.
Yeah. And, like, I enjoy looking at you. This one guy looked like Tarzan.
Okay.
And he was beautiful. And I was like, this is my kind of party, to be honest.
That sounds great.
I'm not trying to hit on any of these men. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm, like, I'm a taken lady. But
nobody asked, but
well, I'm just saying this is why this is an ideal situation for me.
Okay.
Eye candy that won't hit on me, that I, you know. But Kadar was like, he was like, I did not expect to see so many hairy asses at the beach today.
Jealous.
And I was like, that's fair. But yeah, it was just a big old, because it was a gay rugby team.
That sounds great.
Which I thought was so cool.
Oh, you know what else we did this weekend was we went to a fun rap album release party. Well, it was like a release of their EP or album, but they like had also filmed 3 music videos that were really nicely shot.
Yeah, they were really nicely shot. Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was fun. They had like a lot of performers. It was at our friend's house, but they had this like kind of parking lot area. They really went all out. They set up like a projection screen and like they had like one of the rappers had like a live band. Like,
oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah, they went all out.
Yeah,
that was really fun, and I thought they were talented.
Yeah, all of them were. Like I feel like I would still like support it if they were bad, but like they were actually good.
Like pleasantly surprised.
It's like people that I would actually like if I heard them on the radio, I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, at that party, the one thing that happened was this bisexual man.
Was he bisexual or was he just like being cheeky?
He told us he was bisexual like earlier in the night or something. He like mentioned it. And I sat down.
He also has ADHD.
Wow. Well, he should listen to our podcast.
Yeah, he should.
Our podcast.
Oh, he followed us.
He did?
Well, he followed me on Instagram.
He probably knows better not to follow me. Because he tried to... Did you hear him try to get my number? And Kadar was like,
I was right there. I was right there. And I was like, oh, hell to the no.
Kadar was like, whoa, bro. Like, this is my girl. And he was like, oh, yeah. No, I was just kidding. I was just kidding. Well, I'm poly. And he was like, okay, well, we're not. And he was like, oh, well, no, I knew that. Or something. Like, he got really, like, nervous. And maybe he did. I don't think he followed me, though. But he did ask for my number.
Well, yeah, I just remember at the end of the night when we were all leaving, he was like, oh, like, follow me on Instagram. And I was like, no. And then I did.
Yeah. That was a fun night.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun night. I feel like we need to go to more stuff like that, like more events and stuff. Speaking of, we're going to do a variety show.
Okay, let's announce it.
We're going to do a variety show. So if you're listening to this and you live in the LA area and you have a special talent, think of like a fun talent show.
Do you... Yes.
Are you a puppeteer?
A puppeteer would be lovely.
Are you a mime?
Ooh.
Perhaps you're a mime.
A ballerina.
Perhaps you're a acrobat.
Oh. Perhaps you can bend your body in weird ways that freak people out.
Yeah. You're a contortionist.
A contortionist, if you will.
I will.
I won't. I won't be doing that.
Perhaps you... Or we could have traditional, singers, songwriters,
comedy,
comedians. Yep.
If you're interested, hit us up on Instagram.
Hit us up. But there will be auditions. Just kidding.
You can just tell us what you do, and then we'll be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, but we're curating it a little bit. But like, here's the thing: is because my thought is for like these kind of DIY shows, it's for artists that are like. Maybe it's their first time performing or they don't like normally like do gigs, but they just want like an opportunity to get up on a stage. And so I'm like, if it's ticketed, you just can keep all the profits from your tickets, Yeah. And I feel like that's fair because like we don't have money to like give people up front. Like we're not like even paying ourselves.
I've worked events like that before, like where you have to pay for, or you have to like sell your own tickets, and once you reach a threshold, you get to keep the rest of the money.
Yeah, and we're not even giving you a threshold.
Right,
like, you can just keep
all of it.
So I don't care. Yeah,
let us know if that sounds like you, LA peeps, LA people.
Also, let us know if you don't think that's fair, and we should just like give everybody a percentage.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how it works.
Well, like I think that it can work however we want it to work. It's True. It's our show.
It's our variety show.
It's our variety show.
You can do whatever the fuck we want to do.
But we do want to respect the talent and like make them feel like they're welcome.
Of course.
They're appreciated.
Of course.
But in any case, we're going to have a variety show and it's going to be great.
Yes, we are.
That's one thing on the agenda for season 3.
Mm-hmm.
We also are going to attempt to do videos every time.
Yes.
Hold us accountable if we don't, fans.
Looking at you, fans.
Please hold us accountable.
Please.
What else are we doing for season 3? We're gonna
we're going to have some more special guests.
Yeah, so our goal is to have like at least one. It might be a live interview or it might just be like an interview that we've done, like a questionnaire for someone. But we're gonna have one interview per month, and we're gonna stick to the topics, which brings us to this month.
This month
we are gonna have to like ixnay one of the weeks because we had a sound issue.
Yes,
but it is
STI September.
That's another thing, the alliteration.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, we're going to be talking about STIs.
STIs all month long. I know y'all wanted it. You wrote us. You told us I'd really like more info about STIs, and we said, bet.
We're here for you. Mm-hmm.
We said, say less.
Say a lot less, because we've been thinking it.
Well, first,
I'm Kirsten.
I'm Allie.
And you're listening to
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for HPV. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, and theys and gays and girlies. What do they say? The girls, theys, the gays. HPV is the topic today.
We're talking about HPV, and mainly we're talking about de-stigmatizing it because
all STIs really for this whole month.
Yeah. But the thing about STIs is when we grew up in middle school, and we were learning about this in health class, STIs, none of them were called that. They were all called STDs.
Yes.
And
disease. So STI is infection.
STD is sexually transmitted disease. And I think like still a lot of people will like lump them into the same category, but it's different because a disease is like a longer lasting infection, right?
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of STIs that you can just take a pill and it goes away completely. And that's why that's like the more used term, because a lot of these are easily curable.
Yeah, which is funny because in school, I really do feel like they pressured us into thinking this is like the end of the world. If you get an STI, it's the end of the world.
Yeah, and those pictures were graphic.
They showed like the worst
They were like blown up. And that was like, for the
worst
time,
case
it was
scenario.
like high quality pictures for some reason. Like
it was like, let's find the worst case scenario of chlamydia.
I don't know where they were getting those like high definition like
I don't know.
pictures.
Those freaked me out though, man.
Of warts, like.
And that barely ever happens. Like I feel like most people actually it is true that most people go around without even knowing they have one because most of the time you don't have symptoms.
Yeah,
which is
and
why
a lot of the times it's
easy.
not gonna be like as severe even when you do have a symptom. It's not gonna be as severe as it sounds. But that's not to downplay like the people that have experiences and it like really sucks for them.
Right. But, school definitely, I feel like, put the fear in us. Like,
and
don't have sex.
I talked about this last time. My school, our slogan, well, I mean, I think we're all, a lot of us, Midwestern or whatever you want to call yourself. You're like basically Midwest.
Yeah.
People got taught like abstinence instead of like learning how to properly use condoms and like safe sex. Like they were just like, no, just don't have sex.
If you just don't have sex, then you don't have to worry about any of this. But that's just not realistic.
Teenagers are going to have sex.
Like we are literally here to have sex. Like humans are put on this planet to have sex and reproduce. Like that is our biological goal, is to reproduce and have babies.
Yeah, I mean,
and
some
you have to
won't,
have sex to do that. I don't know if you knew that, Kirsten, but
I never heard about.
You do have to have sex to have babies.
I've never heard of sex before,
and everyone wants, like JD Vance and shit, like old JD Vance. He says that everyone should have a child and that women who don't have children should be taxed more and all this stuff. But then at the same time, you don't want people to have sex.
Yeah, it's really wild. It's convoluted. Did you hear what Trump said about people in Ohio eating their cats?
I sure did.
That was crazy. That was so unhinged.
He's so unhinged. I mean, the debate was absolutely unhinged, but
Kamala won.
Obviously, I got bored and I kind of went somewhere else. But
I mean, I didn't watch the entire thing. Like, I don't think I've ever watched a debate like from like start to finish without like stopping.
Yeah.
or without like getting distracted. But I
Speaking
did watch a
of
good
getting
portion
distracted. HPV.
HPV. So yeah, HPV is one of those that like I think a lot of us young women are familiar with, especially young women from the 90s, because we all got that Gardasil.
Yeah.
If you went to the doctor in the 90s and you are a woman, you got that Gardasil.
They pushed
shot.
that Gardasil. I got 3 Gardasil shots.
Yeah,
I remember.
I think I probably did too.
Or maybe it was 2.
I don't know. I definitely got more than 1.
Yeah.
But we got the vaccine.
Yeah. We all got the Gardasil.
We all got the Gardasil, but it doesn't always prevent you from getting HPV.
Right. And actually, I just want to say something about STIs. More than 1 million curable sexually transmitted infections are acquired every single day worldwide in people from 15 to 49 years old, the majority of which are asymptomatic.
Yeah, so it's like we were saying before, like anybody can be like walking around with an STI and just never know.
Unless you're a virgin.
Yeah. I mean, even if you are virgin,
I guess it is possible. Yeah, it is possible because
you could sit
fun
on a
fact,
toilet.
No.
I don't want to I mean, that could happen, but it's not very likely.
A long time ago. That was like a scare.
Like if somebody had their semen on this toilet seat and you sat down on it, then it could.
Ew.
It's
okay.
possible.
Well, I'm never using a toilet seat again. That's disgusting. But fun fact, HPV, you can get it without penetration.
Without penetration, you say?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Without penetration?
Without penetration. Without the P in the V or the V on the V in the V.
Yeah, so
the fake P in the V.
When I learned this, I'm like, okay, if it's not, basically it can happen through skin to skin contact.
Skin to skin contact.
But my thought was like, then how are we calling it a sexually transmitted disease or infection?
Mm-hmm.
But it can be transmitted through the mucous membranes.
Yes, of your genitals.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're just like rubbing, bumping uglies, is that what they call it?
Yeah, bumping uglies.
Bumping uglies, you can still get HPV. So even if you're trying to be slick, I'm looking at you, Mormons. If you're trying to be slick
and soak,
the soaking will give you HPV. So
that's like such a crazy thing.
I know. If you don't know what we're talking about, don't Google it. It's okay. You don't need to know. So the problem with HPV is, most of the time your body will actually get rid of it by itself, but sometimes it ends up turning into cervical cancer. So that's the problem. A lot of times you don't know you have HPV. I know that it can cause warts, like some strains can cause warts, and even like HPV somewhere else, like kids get HPV sometimes on their hands and their feet because they get warts and stuff. That's HPV.
Yeah, it's a lot like herpes.
Yeah. It's like that is way
Cut that part
different.
out. It's a lot like herpes in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I mean, it's a virus.
Yeah. So like kids can get it, obviously not on their genitals, but when you have the genital kind, it can cause cervical cancer in people with cervixes. So there's actually no test to see if you do
What's
have
a cervix?
Well, Kirsten, a cervix is.
I'm sorry.
But if you have a penis, there's literally no way to test for HPV.
Yeah,
like, there's no way to know.
That's the issue. Like these men and their schlongs, like walking around because they're just like passing it left and right and like up and down. They have no clue, and they don't know.
They have no clue,
and they don't know. And then we're considered the dirty ones,
right? Yeah. So don't let it fool you. You penis people are the ones giving us HPV, and you literally have no idea you have it because there's not a test for it.
Honestly, there's probably more men that have it than women.
I'm sure
because there
is.
are no symptoms. Like,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunately, if you have a cervix, it could cause cervical cancer, but it takes a long time to actually form into cervical cancer. It takes like 10 to 20 years. So they recommend if you do, so first of all, I don't know if you knew this, but they don't even test you for HPV until you're 30.
Why not?
I don't know. I think maybe the only thing I can think of is you're more at risk for cancer when you get older and you're like to be 30. And I think because a lot of times the body clears it on its own, maybe it's like not a big deal, but then at 30 they start testing you, and that's when people start finding out they have it. And by people I mean me.
In your case, you don't have cancer and you don't have symptoms.
No, I had no idea I had it, and then one day after 30 I got tested. And my doctor even said, like, we're going to test you for HPV for this one. And I was like, okay, well, I got the Gardasil, so
I'm good.
I'm good. And she was like, yeah, that doesn't matter. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay,
well,
bitch.
we all were forced to get it. But anyway, so turns out I have it. And I do have the high risk version, which is the one you have to keep an eye on because it could eventually turn into cervical cancer. But like I said, it takes a long time. So I have to go to the gynecologist every single year until it's gone.
You know, Allie, I might have it, and I'm just like living blind.
Yeah, you haven't really gone to the doctor in a while.
I haven't gone to the doctor in forever.
Walking around with this HPV.
I haven't like gone to the gynecologist in like, I don't even know. Because I was in a 5-year-long relationship, and now I'm in a 2-year-long relationship, and I just never got STD checked like at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, they definitely check for, like, major things, so you should probably go soon.
Pap smear.
Yeah, if you get a pap smear, they'll check you for HPV, I'm sure, because you haven't been tested.
Part of me is like, I don't want to know.
I know. I know, but at the same time, like, I don't necessarily want to die from cervical cancer either. I don't know. It's a silent killer, so you don't even know you have it, and then all of a sudden, you're dying.
I feel like my body will just like...
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Just shut that shit down.
Yeah, my body will be like, nah, not
Same.
around here, partner. Not around here.
Well,
no, I don't know.
So most women, they recommend going to the doctor.
Yeah, guys, don't listen to me.
Yeah, don't listen to Kirsten.
Don't listen to me at all.
Okay.
I am giving
Especially
really a bad
if you're a young woman,
influence.
you should go to the doctor, get yourself checked out. Okay?
If we had better health care,
If
like,
you
maybe
have,
I would.
yeah, if you have health insurance and you're able to.
But luckily in California, like, it's easy for us to go to, like, Planned Parenthood or, like, other women's clinics like
Planned
that.
Parenthood is the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
They do so much for us. But you're supposed to go every 3 years. But if you have HPV, you have to go every single year, which is annoying. And you have to, if your test comes back and you still have HPV, your body hasn't cleared it, you have to go get a colposcopy.
A colonoscopy?
That's your butt. We're talking about your butt. Colonoscopy is butt, is your rectum. Well, it's a colposcopy. And those are where they take our best friend, the speculum. You know what a speculum is?
Yeah, the duck lips, the metal cold duck lips that they use to widen the vagina hole.
Why are they metal?
That's the
and
question. Because they don't need to be.
They don't need to be that
there
way.
There are other materials we could use. So we talked about in this last episode, we don't want it to be plastic because plastic is porous. But like
Silicone. Hello. I mean,
That's
use
soft.
your fucking brain.
But maybe they think like silicone would be too soft that it wouldn't like open it
At
up.
least wrap the metal in silicone.
Yeah. You
So
could
it's
do that.
sturdy. You can open even the tightest vaginas.
Yeah.
And it feels
Wrap it in silicone.
It feels
And
a
it's
little
like-
bit better.
We are spending all this money on these hospital supplies. Don't tell me that that's too expensive to make.
Yeah. You're
Like,
giving me this sharp-ass metal-edged fucking...
Definitely made by a man.
Definitely made by a man.
Not made by a woman.
Like,
Who
come on.
invented the speculum?
I could have done a better job. All right.
And then, well, yeah. I mean, I've experienced the gynecologist, and they like make you. They make you like go up there, scoot your boot like all the way to the end.
They say scoot it all the way to the end of the table, and you're
then
like,
you have
God
to, like,
damn.
Put your legs in these. For anybody
the
that like
stirrup.
doesn't have a vagina, maybe you've never experienced this. This might be the first time you've ever heard, but yeah, you gotta scoot your butt all the way to the edge of the table.
It's like all
the way to the edge, and then you
Which
gotta put
feels
your
weird.
legs in these fucking stirrups. It's crazy. It's
The
honestly
stirrups are
so
crazy.
crazy.
And then my favorite part is they're always like, well, relax and it'll feel better. If you relax, it'll be better. And I'm like,
I feel like the
can't-
stirrups are a little excessive. Like
The stirrup.
I think it's sexual. I think it's the male gynecologist trying to be like, oh, I'm a doctor.
I don't know.
Let me examine your vagina.
But all I'm saying is, why make it worse for us? And when you tell me to relax, I'm not going to. So don't even try.
Yeah, it's
getting this metal, cold ass shit shoved up my vagina, and then it hurts because you're opening it up.
Yeah.
And then you put a thing up there and scrape it. Anyway, for a colposcopy, they fucking scrape your cervix cells so that they can like get the abnormal cells out of there, and it fucking hurts.
It does not sound pleasant.
And I just feel like everyone hates women. They don't care. They think that we're fine. We're not fine. We don't want this to happen. We'd like a silicone speculum at the very least.
And can they scrape it out with like a silicone tool?
Probably.
Does it have to be metal?
Probably. And they just don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, just also, you know what would be really nice? Maybe some warming lube.
Yeah.
Instead of the cold, it's already cold. It's metal.
Yeah.
At least give us some nice
warming lube. Or like give us a nice little hot water bottle to put down there.
Yeah, something, or a little heating pad.
Yeah, like before to like get you warmed up.
Give us some robes.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is why we need to go to Tia.
I feel like Tia has like terry robes.
Yeah, Tia probably has robes. They probably have
like
heating
monogrammed.
pads. They have like a hot stone massage, like while you're getting your pap smear. Like
all the tools are pink. Like
and
silicone.
Yeah, this is what. If you don't know what Tia is, they're changing the healthcare of women. Apparently.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I actually don't know what it looks like on the inside. I mean, I've only seen pictures from their website.
Yeah, same.
But it's just like one of those modern things that's like,
I think they're girls.
Made by like two white women with blonde hair. They're like, we're doctors for women. And it's great because like you can get, I mean, neither of us have done it, but like you're supposed to be able to like have all your doctors in one place. So it's like you can get your mental health care, you can get your physicals, you can get your like gynecological stuff, your OBGYN stuff done over there in the same location. And but they like charge a fee, like a membership fee.
Yeah, that's what we were seeing. So it might not be worth it, but
it's $15 a month. Honestly, I would pay $15 a month.
Well, maybe we'll join, and then we'll get back to you and tell you how it is. And
then they accept some insurances.
And then this podcast will be sponsored by Tia. Let me tell you. Can I tell you about my worst colposcopy experience ever? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, you know,
I'm dying to hear it.
I knew you would be again for the second time. But so I went to this doctor. She's my doctor. She's my girl. I don't
set the scene.
Brown hair. Anyway, she's a girl. I thought she was a girl's girl.
Yeah,
because I've been to her a few times. She's
I
been very
exclusively go to female gynecologists.
Oh, me too. Like,
have you ever been to a male one?
Yes.
Why?
Once.
Ew.
Because I was on Medi-Cal and I couldn't.
There was no female ones?
None? No, not the day. It was like an emergency.
Okay.
It was awful.
Yeah, that's weird.
Anyway. Yeah, if you're a male gynecologist, I have some questions.
I have words to say to you.
I have questions for you. Number one, why?
Yeah, like actually why? Well, some people try to make the argument that, oh, like maybe their mom had cervical cancer and they want to like, you know, help other women with it. And I think that's like the most innocent reason.
The correct answer is I'm gay and I love bringing life into the world. I would accept that.
Or like my mom had cervical cancer.
I would accept
either
one.
I would accept that
I would
too.
accept either one.
But like,
are all these men's mothers dying from cervical cancer?
No, and it's like, why would you even like get into that? I don't understand.
I don't get it.
And like, wouldn't you want to like have the anatomy to be able to like really understand? Just for me as a doctor, I would want to know what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I think it's very awkward and weird, but you know,
and I think most of them are like creepy ass fucking dudes being weird.
Honestly, there's no way you couldn't be a little creepy.
I think we need to check all male gynecologists' hard drives.
I think that's a great idea.
All of them, and not just their work hard drives. The ones they have at home.
At FBI.
At FBI, check the male gynecologist hard drives.
You never know.
check their offices for cameras.
Yeah, good one. Well, anyway.
Honestly, if we checked all of them, can you imagine like how many
we probably would find some
crimes we would unlock?
Probably. So this was a
We're
woman.
watching you, male gynecologist, and we're gonna come after you. What if that becomes my like life's purpose to like take down all the
male gynecologists? You're like, I can't do the podcast tonight. I'm really knee deep.
This is my legacy.
I'm knee deep in some research.
Okay. Anywho.
So
sorry. This is a serious story.
No, it's not. It's fine.
It is serious, but
this gynecologist who I've been to a few times, who I thought I liked, she has done my colposcopy before, and she always numbs me. By the way, they used to not even offer to numb you, but you're literally getting.
What do you mean? Like they used to? Like when? When?
Well, I was like 20 when I had to get one, and they didn't even have the option to numb you.
Maybe that's a West Virginia thing, though.
Maybe it hurt really bad, and I cried to my mom afterwards, like a lot. But anyway, so I was like scarred from that experience. So now I always get numbed, which also kind of sucks because they're putting a big ass needle into your cervix.
Yeah,
but it's better than not having it. So this time, my doctor was running behind. I was sitting in the lobby, I think like 30 minutes past my appointment or something, and I got called back, and my friend went with me because I'm a little baby, and I'm glad she did. My doctor was like, do you want to be numbed? And I was like, yes, please. And
who would say no to that? I guess some people are like against drugs.
Yeah, or they're like, I don't need it, it's fine. Like, I can take it. But no, I can't take it. I'm not taking it. So I'm like, yes, please numb me. So she numbs me. It fucking hurts, whatever. And then instead of waiting like 10 minutes for the numbing stuff, like work, she literally numbs me and then just goes in there. Like one right after another.
I feel like that's a violation.
I swear.
That's a HIPAA violation, right?
I don't know.
That's got to be like some illegal shit, actually.
Maybe.
You could sue her.
Should
No, because that's like non-consensual.
Well, shit. She numbed me, but she didn't wait. So she just went in there.
That's malpractice.
She went in there. She opened her up. She scraped me. It hurt so bad that I almost passed out. Like I was like, I'm getting really nauseous. Like, I think I'm going to throw up.
Well, yeah.
And I'm getting like lightheaded. So I had to lay down. I was really hot. And like my friend was like fanning me. And the doctor like brought me juice. And before she left from bringing me juice, she was like, so weird that you're having this reaction. You have so many tattoos.
So look at all your tattoos. Same at all.
I'm like, yeah, bitch, I don't have a tattoo on my cervix.
In your vagina. Yeah.
I don't have any on my fucking inside internal reproductive organs. Mm-hmm. And a tattoo, I would take over that any day.
Different. It's a different kind of like needle.
It's a different kind of hurt. It's it's annoying. It's like an annoying feeling.
Yeah.
But it doesn't fucking make me pass
out.
It's
uncomfortable, but it's not like pain.
Yeah, like it's not going to make me pass out like your procedure just did when you, like, I was supposed to be numb. So now I got this big ass needle stuck in my cervix for no reason. And the fact that she commented on how many tattoos I have, that happens all the time to me, is like, oh, it's weird you don't like a needle in your face. You have so many tattoos.
I feel like it's so dumb. Like it's always people that like have never had a tattoo before. They're like, oh, did it hurt like that?
Right.
Like, and
they must think it's like the worst pain ever in their life. But like, it's not.
It's not. I mean, it does like hurt. It is uncomfortable, but it's not like you're like in piercing pain.
Yeah, you're not getting stabbed by one needle.
Arguably, like a piercing might hurt more.
Yeah,
it just lasts. Well, I don't know.
I don't know, but
I think a piercing hurts more, but it's quicker.
You obviously also like get a permanent piece of art on your body
it's worth it.
Will be there forever. Like,
yeah,
you get a reward at the end.
That's the point too. Is like with any kind of like doctor procedure, you're not getting rewards unless it's plastic surgery.
Yeah, true, but. Yeah, I don't do that. If you're a person where you're inflicting pain on people, not because you want to, but it's your job perhaps, it doesn't matter how many tattoos somebody has. Just shut the
also,
fuck up.
just like don't downplay people's pain. That reminds me of my orthodontist. Like it wasn't my orthodontist. It was like one of his workers or whatever. Like when I had braces, I still remember to this day. I was like 12 years old, and like one day when they were tightening my braces, it like hurt like exceptionally bad, like worse than it normally did. And I was like, I don't know what I did, but I was probably like wincing or like tearing up. And she's like, "Oh my God, it's not like I'm like killing you." Like, yeah. And I still remember that to this day. I was like 12 years old. Like, don't say that, especially to a child. Like, like you're hurting me, lady.
Fucking psychopath.
Like, you're fucking hurting me.
She probably does it on purpose.
Or feels guilty that she's like doing her job wrong.
Yeah.
And so like has to somehow blame it on you.
Yeah.
Like, and that's almost probably what she was doing too. It's like she doesn't want to feel like she did something wrong.
Yeah, like she knew she didn't wait for the numbing shit. So she probably just went in there like she can handle it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, so she wants to like blame it on something else. Like, well,
I can't handle it. I'm a little baby ass bitch, okay?
I think it also has something to do with endometriosis, so
could be.
That's like up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the point is, too, with HPV, there's like 100 different strains. Mm-hmm. Well, this is kind of bringing it back to the Gardasil thing. Like, even if you got the Gardasil, you could still get it, like you did. Mm. But it's also doesn't mean that you're going to get cancer. It just means that you have to get checked. But getting checked is uncomfortable. And sometimes traumatic.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, I may pull a Kirsten and I may not go for a couple years.
Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
I don't want to go through that again. Like, I'd rather just
a better doctor.
Wait a couple years.
Yeah,
see, if I go to Tia, maybe they'll be a little gentler.
Tia probably does like do you remember they used to do these like there was like a trend that was like vaginal like steaming.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Tia has like vaginal steamers.
They probably do. It's like a deluxe spa package add-on.
Yeah.
You want the vaginal
It's probably
steam.
like not as good as we think it is, but I'm just like imagining this like like beautiful place, and you can like get crystals, and they like check your chakras.
Yeah. Oh my God. And there's like bunny rabbits that hop around, or like therapy bunnies or something. Would you like a therapy bunny while you get a?
Honestly, I would pay an extra $15. If it's only $15, that's not bad.
Yeah, but we have to figure out like if our insurance is all
covered.
we're paying for, or is every time I get a pap smear going to be another $200 on top of the $15? You know?
Yeah, it's like you have to make sure your insurance accepts their doctors or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else do we have to say about HPV?
I don't know. I feel like we kind of hit everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think our main point, guys, is don't stigmatize it, because anybody can be walking around with it and not even know.
Yeah. And I'm talking,
it's more common than you think.
Especially these little 20-some-year-olds, because I was at a bar a few years ago with my dad's girlfriend's daughter. And she's like 22, and her little 22-year-old friend was there. And something like popped up on TV, or there was some conversation happening where she was like, "Oh, that's so embarrassing. She got HPV," or something. And I was just sitting there like knowing I had HPV. Like, you're so stupid.
Like,
you could have HPV.
They're like fresh out of high school.
They don't know.
And they like are still like being brainwashed by what they learned in health class.
That's true.
And they haven't like had enough of like the real adult world to realize that like, y'all, it ain't like that. So if you're 22, 23 and haven't like come to that realization yet that like STDs can happen to anybody. Like my friend, I brought this up last time. Like I have a friend who, when she was in high school, had sex twice. And, like, on her second time after that, like, went and got tested, and she got HPV. And, like, so it can happen, like, to anybody at any time.
Yeah, really.
Like, it doesn't have to mean that you're promiscuous. And even if you are, like, kudos.
Yeah, because
like
if you're promiscuous, you could go 10 years without getting an STD.
Yeah.
Or if you have sex twice, you could come back with an STD. So it doesn't matter how many times you're having sex. It just matters, like, obviously wearing condoms will help reduce your risk of catching anything.
Yeah. But
don't feel bad or like embarrassed, or that
it's just like getting a cold.
Like, or like your life is over because you have a STI, because it's not over, and a lot of people have it.
A lot of people live with it, and like live completely normal lives.
Yeah.
And
especially with the ones that can be cured, it's like there's no reason to even look down on anybody who gets one of those. Like, what's the big deal? And even the ones that can't be cured, it's like, you know, still some of them are not going to affect your day-to-day life.
Yeah, but it's like people used to like, there were such horrible like nicknames too, from like chlamydia was like the clap. And like you're burning. Isn't that chlamydia too? Like you're burning. And like people saw it as like something that like dirty, hoary people get.
Yeah.
And it's like anybody can get it. And
yeah, it doesn't have to be that way.
Take a pill to make it go away, and it's no big deal.
It's just like getting like any other
little like sickness. Yeah, yeah. So like it's fine, guys. If you do get an STD, make sure you do get tested, especially like if you like are having sex with like not one partner. Like it's good to
definitely stay up on the testing. Even if you are having
sex with one partner, we don't know what they're doing.
Right. I mean,
not always.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it can happen to anybody. Like, your partner cheats on you. You don't know.
Come back with an STD. Your partner had something like HPV, and they didn't know. And then
yeah. I mean, I'm convinced I got it from my ex.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm convinced. So,
but we're not judging your ex for it.
No, of course not. It's just I'm the one that has to go through all the pain.
Yeah.
So, you know, you guys, you people with penises, like, that's another reason you should
pipe down.
Hold the door open for us, okay?
Hold the door open. I mean, honestly, he should be paying for your medical bills.
That's what I'm saying. It could be a lot worse for you.
He can afford it.
He can't afford it.
You can take this part out, but he can afford it.
He sure could. So maybe I should hit him up.
Listen, I got this $500 bill.
Literally,
for you.
I do have a $500 health bill.
Okay,
yeah,
so he can pay it.
Yeah,
that's gonna be like nothing for him.
Yeah, but just some chump change.
That's like ordering Postmates for him.
Yeah, it's a night out. So yeah, that's HPV. I think we hit everything.
Yeah, and stay tuned for next week. We're going to have another STD to talk about, or STI.
Yep.
Depends.
We don't know.
I don't remember what we have planned for next week, but we have something planned, and it'll be great.
It's coming.
Without further ado, hexin or blessins.
Oh, yeah. We heard you guys. We got your emails, and you were like, why don't you do the hexins and blessins anymore?
And we hear you.
We hear you. And guess what?
We're bringing it back. Especially, we're coming into fall.
Yes. It's a perfect time to bring it back.
Did you know that the season is Mabon?
Oh, yes.
The season that's coming up. And I think that's next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but next weekend, like the 20th, around the 20th.
Mm-hmm. We should do something.
But we can go to Pan's Apotheca again.
Yeah.
But in any case, we heard you.
We're bringing it back. So insert hexin and blessing song
here. Blessings and hexins.
Blessings and hexins. Blessings and hexins. Okay, I'm going to start with the negative.
Okay.
I'm going to
start with the negative.
I'm starting with the hexins. So, I want to hex. Okay, this might be a little controversial to some of our younger listeners.
Oh, okay.
But I want to hex whoever the fuck is trying to bring back capri pants.
What? I like capri pants. I think they're cute.
I told you it was going to be controversial.
I'm like not down with gauchos, but like capris
That's
are kind of cute.
That's next, I bet you. If capris are coming back, gauchos are soon to follow.
I think capris are so cute.
Capris are so not cute for us shorties, okay? Because
number one, that's a you problem.
Exactly.
Because us girls with the long legs,
I'm speaking for all the 5 foot shorties out there.
Well, us 5'6"ers like them.
I know they all probably agree with me.
They don't look good on short legs.
They don't look good on me because they cut me off halfway down my leg. I need something to elongate my leg. I don't need to like look more
my
short
capris
and
were like
stubby.
Here, and they would have the little slit.
No,
that's fucking cute. Like
that's
Grease,
not cute.
The girl that was like sneaking out of the window from Grease. What's her name? The short hair girl. Rizzo, and she's like wearing those capris, those like iconic capris, as she's like coming out of the window and like sneaking out to go see the boys. You know what I'm talking about? Those capris, those are fucking cute.
Okay, well, I don't like capris, and I think they should stay in the early 2000s. Because then what's next? Bermuda shorts?
Okay, Bermuda shorts and what's it called? Gauchos. I'm against.
That's what I'm saying. It's a slippery slope from here.
But
Kirsten, that's
little
all I'm
cute
saying.
capris with the slit.
I don't know.
They can get it. They're cute.
Maybe for people above 5'3". Must be nice. Well, too bad. I'm hexing all y'all.
All right,
I'm hexing
all right.
y'all capri pant lovers.
I'm gonna buy some just to spite you.
I'll burn them. I will sneak into your house.
Well, you don't have to wear them
and burn them. No, as long as I don't have to wear them, it's fine. But I just don't want them to be. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
I'm hexing all y'all.
All right.
I'm gonna say this one time in my entire life. I will never say this again for as long as I live. Okay, and I need you to know how serious I am. I'm only saying this once. Okay. I want to bless Taylor Swift.
Okay.
I know we are not Swifties.
Yeah, well, you sent me something on Instagram about her.
Yeah,
and everybody's talking about it now.
Yes, yeah. Yes. And the reason I want to bless her, and I'm only doing this once, and I'm only saying it once. I'm never talking about this again outside of this room, okay? Because she doesn't deserve that much praise, okay?
Yeah.
But she did come out and say she supported Kamala.
But, like, here's the thing, is, like, she could have been done, did that.
She could have been done, did that, I know.
Yeah.
But it's always been kind of a, like, weird secret, like, is she a Trumper? Is she not? Is she conservative? Is she not? Like, we could see her being, because she played kind of both sides.
But I've seen old videos of her where she's, like, saying very liberal things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's not that big of a mystery. Maybe I'm just not much of a Swiftie, so I don't pay attention to her.
A video that was, like, I don't know, like, from, like, 2022 where I forget exactly what she says, but I'm like, yes, pop off queen, like she's, like, saying, like, she's for the gays, and she's
I mean, she did make, like, a music video for the gays, to be fair, but still, she's never said, like, because Trump did that AI thing with Taylor Swift endorsing him. Did you see that?
I didn't see it, but I saw her response to it, which is this.
Right. Well, it took a while for her to respond, and people were kind of like, okay, what the fuck? Like, you're not even gonna deny his endorsement.
So funny is what? I saw like clips of a podcast with Trump and one of the Paul brothers, like the YouTuber guys, and he talks about how, like, they do bring up AI, and Trump's like, yeah, like, one of the things is, like, when you can't tell, like, if it's real or not. Basically, like, when they're doing the deep fakes, like, he talks about it. Mm-hmm. And he's talking about how, like, he wouldn't want that happening to him. And then he comes around and fucking does it.
Does it with Taylor Swift. And so, so everyone was like, what the fuck? Is she going to say something? Is she going to deny the endorsement? Is she going to, like, anything? Come on, girlie. Yeah. And then she waited till the debate. And then, after Kamala, like, swiped the floor with Trump, she posted with her cat, signifying, I am a childless cat lady, and I'm for our girl.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Taylor, about time.
About time, but thank you.
She's the biggest pop star in the world, and I feel like a lot of her followers are not necessarily liberal, and they're all very young women.
Like, she is, like, very, like, I feel like a lot of her fans are, like, the typical, like, Southern belle kind of, like, girly. Yeah. But here's the thing.
There's a lot of them.
She's so fucking famous that, like, even if, like, the PR move was for her to, like, stay under the radar with her political beliefs, like, she's not gonna, like, be losing that much by releasing this kind of thing.
I know. And if anything, she'll, like, also gain people. But But people are kind of pissed. Like, there are people out there that are pissed at her.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I just think that it was a good move, and it is kind of important whether we want to admit that or not. She has a lot of fans, a lot of women, a lot of young women. She can sway a lot of people. Like, I think it is a big deal.
Yeah.
That she came out and said that.
I'm glad she did, because I think that maybe it is going to help the people that were like, that are conservative, that are on the fence, and that are like.
Yeah. And I think it's like a bigger deal because she's a white woman. Because I'm thinking about how like Beyonce was always behind Kamala. People kind of expect it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, well, yeah, she's a black woman. Of course she's going to be
like supporting
her. But Taylor being a white woman, and notoriously in the past, white women have been the downfall of our country voting for Trump. I think it is I think it's a big deal. Yeah, like 50%, like white women were like one of the biggest statistics of Trump voters.
I feel like white women were voting for Hillary though.
If you look,
were there not a lot of white women voting for Hillary?
Because they're all like the Republican ones. No.
Okay.
There's some stats where in the last Trump election, because it was also between him and Biden too. I'm not talking really about Hillary, but the last Trump election. I'm just saying, statistically, last election, white women failed us. And I'm just saying that it is a big deal because Taylor Swift is a white woman who sings, I don't know, she's got something for everybody, I feel like.
But here's the thing is, we don't need to like pat her on the back for something that she should have been done.
I understand that.
Look at
and
me,
that's
like,
why
combating your
that's why I'm saying
your ex and your
that's what I'm saying. I will never say it again outside of this podcast. I'm never going to talk about it again. But I do just want to say, maybe I'm going to bless Taylor Swift for a second. Just a second.
Thanks, girly pop.
Thanks, girly pop. That's what we wanted from you this whole time.
Yeah, and you should have, like, you know, it's been a few months, like, you should have done this already, but
hey, better late than never.
I did watch a documentary about this guy, so we can hex him, I guess. He, like, murdered.
Go on.
He murdered, like, an elderly couple. He's, like, this 17-year-old guy that's, like, absolutely a psychopath, and was like, I, like, watched his police interview, like, his FBI interview, and it was like, like, everybody that I look at, like, I think about what it would be like if I killed them. Like, I like, imagine killing them.
Oh, my God.
But he's, like, humanizing it in a way because he's like, like, I don't want to think that. Like, that's just, like, what my brain does. And, like, I know it's wrong, but, like, I don't know how to stop it. Like, my brain just thinks that. And then at the end of the interview, like, he finally, like, confesses to the whole crime. And it's, like, heinous what he does. And then he's like, the interviewer is like, okay, well, then have you thought about, like, how you would kill me? And he's like, I would, like, strangle you with your tie and, like, slam your head against the wall or something like that. And
what documentary was this?
Well, it's like this YouTube channel that I watch, but they do, like, it feels like they do such good research because they actually, like, reach out to, like, the families of the people and, like, they got, like, interviews with, like, the people who died, their family. Like, a lot of the members of the family, like, joined in on the interview. And then they reached out to, like, the guy who's in jail now. And they had, like, screenshots of, like, the email correspondence that they had with him. And, like, him saying, like, well, out of respect to the family, like, I don't want to, like, bring it up again. But like, the documentary is like, oh, well, like, if he didn't want to bring it up again, he wouldn't keep trying to appeal his sentence.
Damn. Okay, well, let's hex him because that's crazy.
Let's hex him. Yeah, he was, like, only 17 or 16, but, like, still, that's fucked up. And, like, those kind of
that kind of sucks, though. I almost feel bad for him, though, because he's like, I don't want to think like this.
Yeah, but, like, god damn.
Like, that seems like a curse.
He, like, plotted. He plotted, though. Like, he didn't, like, it was, like, definitely premeditated.
And you know right from wrong at 17.
Yeah, and he wasn't, like, out of his mind. Like, he knew what he was doing, like, and he enjoyed it.
Think about it, but you shouldn't act on it.
Yeah.
Regardless.
And if you feel like you're gonna act on it, like, you need to, like,
check yourself in.
Check. Yeah. But yeah, it was fucked up. But he, like, confessed to the crimes to his girlfriend at the time and his friend, and they were the ones that ended up, like, turning him in.
Damn.
Yeah, because, like, what the fuck?
Can't
like,
trust no one.
Yeah,
can't trust, like, these hoes.
He's pissed about it, but
yeah. Damn, they ratted him out.
That, like, does that kind of stuff is just really.
That's a danger. You're a danger.
I can't understand their brains. I know that there's some, like, brain chemistry shit with it, but, like, you know what you did.
Yeah, and that's wild.
Yeah, so we're gonna like hex anybody that's. It's like, why are these people even like allowed? And the thing is, like, he killed a raccoon when he was 10.
Yeah, the signs are there.
He strangled and killed a cat when he was 14. It's like
the signs are there.
Signs are there.
Maybe you should lock him up early.
Yes,
because that's
and a
not.
cat.
Yeah, that's not
a raccoon. Like,
that's not normal.
Yeah,
his parents. I don't know what they were thinking, but
I feel like it could have been prevented. I feel like we need to find some like serial killer prevention things out here.
Yeah. If you feel like killing people and you imagine what they would be like to kill, call the hotline. 1-800. I don't want to kill. That's it.
Yeah. I feel like that everybody like, or a lot of people do have like those kind of like deviant things of like, sometimes when you're looking at somebody, like you imagine them naked or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you think about the thing that you're not supposed to think about, but it's never like killing someone.
It's never murder. Yeah. Can't say that it's murder for me either. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, well,
but yeah, I guess I'll hex that kind of person and that person. I forgot his name, but we don't need to say his name. And then I think I'll bless my mom because she's a nice lady that's like sacrificing her retirement years to take care of her own mother.
Yeah, bless her.
Bless her. And she texted me tonight. I haven't texted her back, and she asked me about my cat.
Oh,
bless my cat.
Yeah, bless Mochi.
She's been in a cone,
but she's getting it off tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I get to decide when it comes off. I just know that she is like a compulsive licker.
Yeah, she.
So I know like the moment
the hair off her tail.
Yeah, I know like the moment
that
I let her, she's gonna like lick everywhere. So I have to like really make sure it's like all healed. Mm-hmm. But in any case, thank you guys for listening to the start of season 3. And I hope you guys like this like psychedelic mood we got. I don't know if we're gonna do it every time, but we might.
We'll see how the feedback. We'll see what the feedback is from our fans.
Yep.
But follow us on Instagram. Thank you so much, Pod. Email us.
Keep emailing us.
Keep on emailing us because that's how we know what you want to hear.
Send us a coffee.
Buy us a coffee. Yes.
Yeah, that's like in the link in our bio on Instagram.
Yes.
So, thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah.